Hey y'all. I wanted to show you guys something. I had posted this on my Twitter. It was a very what do you say? Kind of a kitchen kind of situation. Um, I'm gonna show you. I okay. So I put like all the world's a stage. Okay, that's too bright. All right. Okay. So I put all the world is stage and all the men and women are merely players. And that was a line from William Shakespeare. But this was showing a setup I wanted to do in order to explain what the hell has been going on with me. Obviously, like you guys see what's been going on with me, but there's been a lot of gossip and lies for people to exploit me and do human and sex trafficking, make fun of me, mock me, abuse me, threaten me, all that kind of stuff. And it's and in return, a lot of people were getting paid for it. Like random strangers were getting paid for it, and they were gladly, willingly able to um, humiliate me, mock me, stalk me, and make fun of me for no reasons other than just wanting to be a part of a team. Now these people have like titles, and these people are grown ass people, adults with children, family, high titles, high salaries and stuff like that. But obviously, that school mentality doesn't go anywhere. People are very pompous. People are very racist and elitist. It was it was over 10 years of abuse, and I didn't find out until a few years back, and I've been fighting ever since. And people have been making up a lot of stories in regards to my identity, and it's really just incredibly cruel and unjust. There's no sense for this, and there's no reason for this other than for their own self-fulfilling greed. And you might think, why would anybody do this? And I'm just going to that's still something, a question that you really have to ask these people. But you will see it for yourself that a lot of it has to do with greed, jealousy, um, crazy competition. And I'm just like, why? My, people just wanted the easy way out. I believe in the whole work smarter, not harder situation. But I'm a person who could also work hard when it's needed, because you need to have the results. Above all, I'm all about ethics and proper morals. So I'm not going to do it while trying to like make people like I'm not trying to abuse people. That's I have better ethics than the way how these people are carrying themselves. So, because I started speaking out more and it started getting more attention, it also started filling their pockets, because behind my back, these people were making up different types of narratives about who it is that I am and how did I come up on here. And then people who wanted to become rich, because they became rich off of my abuse and the violent aggression and the exploitation, um, in addition to the other criminal things that they've done in the background. People were just flocking to the opportunity to make a profit out of this whole situation. So here I am. I at least wanted to say what's going on with me and who it is that I am, instead of having a whole bunch of strangers and people who were close to me before I had cut them off, um, tell you exactly what it is about me in order to make themselves feel better, by lying. And I thought this was a more creative thing, because first off, I've already explained this to you. I've written this down on my blog. I've given enough material evidence about, like, who it is that who I am as a person. And I didn't really feel like it was necessary for me to have to explain why I shouldn't be voyeured, surveilled, gang stalked, harassed, and abused when there are people who are criminals who have gained more respect, privacy than I have. And people were saying terrorists or things of that nature. And I'm just like, no, like people who orchestrated 9/11 were, obviously, they were tortured Guantanamo Bay and all that other jazz, but they weren't humiliated, mocked, and stuff like that. So this is more. So obviously, like that's bullshit when it comes to like me being mocked, me being humiliated, for people to actually be like in my presence. All these little fake narratives and this, that, here, and the third. Like no one would be cocky. Obviously, if you don't have the confidence to say things to my face, why would you think that you would have the confidence to, approach me or think that approach me or talk passive aggressively around me? You feel me? Like, oh, if you're supposed to identify me as a crazy person or something like that, why would you still want me to be employed around like a school or something like that, or around anybody? Why wouldn't you want to try to lock me up then if I was such, a fucking threat? Why would you want to try to make memes and try to harass me? Why would you try to have people like, just try to take me out or uh, triangulate information? Like that's so creepy and disgusting and disturbing. Why would you need to put me? People in prison have fucking more respect than what I have because you guys watch me from hidden cameras that are in my home to watch me butt ass naked and then make fun of every little thing I do, criticize every little thing about me, how I wear my hair, what food I eat, and you think that you're helping, but you're actually not. You want to talk and boast about mental health, but you make it worse because you're invasive and you're being very disrespectful and rude. And you know it because you don't say it to my fucking face. You have to say it passive aggressively. And when I call you out on it, or if I retweet you, you act like you don't know what I'm talking about. You want to act like, oh, that you're a bigger person because now that I'm calling you out and I'm putting things to the forefront, all of a sudden you have better things to do. When you could have just minded your business and stopped trying to fucking harass me many years ago. You could have worried about your family, your kids, your job, your spouse, your partners, your homework, school, your career, anything, everything. Fucking what's going on TV right now? What's going on in the world? How you could have been a better person making like a smaller footprint within the world. Like a smaller carbon footprint within the world, or try to make the world a better place. Instead, you want us to be messy. You want us to be messy, and you want us to be like exploit things and attempt murder, and also murder some people. Like that's what you guys have done. Like this is entirely insane and very a slide backwards because it's no longer if you knew better you do better, or if you know better you do better. You guys knew and yet you still decided to do it, but you wanted to maintain the illusion of you were a better person. Every day, every hour, you guys have group chats. If you look back into your group chats, I don't know if you have something where you can like erase it, but if you look back at your activities unprovoked, you needed or try to make up a reason in order to hate me, in order to disrespect me, in order to invade my privacy. And by doing so, you became a coon, or you became a coon, a pickaninny. You take your pick, but a lot of black people that had started this shit literally undid a lot of historic movement and impactful moments and activities that was done for us as a whole because you triangulated information, you performed vicious, cruel behaviors towards me so that way I could be the person to receive all the projections and unjust um, feelings and emotions. You guys were the vehicle and the tools in order to be oppressors. It was like, you guys were sellouts. You guys were really fucking sellouts. I obviously I have like a better visual in order to explain the situation, but you guys use me, and white people saw saw it and took it as an opportunity to be racist. Um, Obviously not in that little group chat, but off the group chat, they saw, other people as niggers. Of course, they had the opportunity thinking like, okay, if we can be bad to this one person, but we can also get the, it's like slavery. It's like, again, it's like 1800s, 1700s. It's like, because not every black person back in the day was a slave. In fact, some black people, there were a number of black people who had their own slaves. I don't know if you hear that sound. That was Lilo. But yeah, this is a whole other conversation. It's just that you made the hate grow, and you guys are doing a lot of things. And rather than just sit and realize how catastrophic you've made things and how you've put pressure on society as a whole, because not just black people, but on society as a whole, the physical demands and challenges that you're giving me, you are subconsciously leaving the expectations of other people. But you guys seem okay to be doing that because you're like, oh, like, this is motivating to me. Yeah, but also your superiors or your supervisors or your managers or even the elite or whomever who feel like they are above you is starting to put more work on you and more work on you, more expectations, and silently hating you because you are not living up to the standard that you guys are trying to put me as. Like, it's just insane. So you're over here. So like this is you, and this is also your manager, and you guys are all in the fucking group chat. So this is the boss, this is the supervisor, and this is you. You guys are all in the group chat looking at me. Now in the real world, offline and wherever, um eventually, yeah, like they're gonna start subconsciously holding an expect like, all right, so basically you already know that these people are toxic because you're toxic and what you're doing right now is fucking toxic. So as you're working, you'll still have to kiss up, you have to kiss their ass and this, that, here, and the third, though, but you still have to do your fucking job. And if it's not good enough, subconsciously they're gonna, start thinking they're gonna be talking behind your back. If they can talk behind my back, they're gonna be talking behind your back, and they're gonna be talking behind everybody else's back. So while you're doing your work, these two people are talking about you. And when these two people are gone, they're going to be talking to either the higher ups or to their own family or to people like, at the, I don't know, at the tennis club or something like that, whatever, wherever they would go. Pardon me. My point is just that you would have expectations, like, well, subconsciously you're like, yeah, well, you're doing a job, but you can't really do it as like this, and you will find yourself subconsciously trying to compete with me, like, oh, well, we can do what she's doing, and da 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 da, and I'm just like, I'm just literally minding my business, going about my day, and somehow you're getting mad and angrier at me for just living my life, and not having a pardon me, and not having my boundaries respected. Because how do you tell, the government, hey, look, I mean, I've literally told the government many times, I'm like, look, I mean, I went to court. Okay, I showed you guys the whole court thing. I went to court. I filed police reports, had police come to my house, and what? Like, you guys are still on some BS. And there's history, there are files about many times when the government has not respected the um the privacy or even the civil human rights of others. So like let's come up off that whole BS where it's about boundaries and not and not speaking up. I've spoken up many times, many times. So as I said, it took a while because this was in May 24th, May 24th. So this was last month, and I made myself a little stage because I don't know. I just feel like this is better for me to just kind of like explain things. And I'm not going to do the video like a live action kind of thing. But I thought this was nice because this is how my setup is. And I'm still working on my other video. Um because it's the 21st and I think I have like 9 more days to post that one. Um but this I definitely need to get out because all these lies are crazy. Here's the thing. If you have so I have myself, obviously, all the world's a stage and all the men and women merely players. I'm pretty sure maybe a few hours ago, there are people like, oh, like I'll just let people like there's been some passive aggressive messages about people trying to act like they're superior or they're mature now. Like, oh, I'll just let people assume whatever about me. I don't mind being the villain. There's a difference between being the villain and literally having the government harass and exploit and abuse me. And I'm just over it. I really am. I'm over it. So there's a difference between allowing people to dislike me, but there's a difference between that and people seriously running every little fucking gossip and lie about me without me saying my side of the story. Like that has nothing like as soon as I say what I need to say and put this out here, like I don't care. Even before then, like I really don't care about what it is that people say about me. It's just that I needed to say exactly what it is and what it's not. But I realized when I was speaking up for myself that these people weren't going to care because they were already too fucking invested and too corrupt to want to care themselves. Like they just wanted to see a naked woman and take advantage of her privacy. They wanted to criticize. They wanted to be messy. So I'm not talking to those people and I'm not trying to explain my life or my situation to those people. That is, if you ever thought that, then that's your error. But what I'm doing is just that before anybody else is recruited and anybody else keeps on speaking on my name, I'm putting this out here. I'm putting this out here um, with everything from directly from my accounts because I'm so fucking like done and over with this. Like it's the government is making too much money off of this shit, and it is in my right to protect myself, self-defense, especially in the state of New Jersey. I have the right to do that. There's gonna be violence. I do not want to be. There's already violence from the oppositions though, but I mean, who would I not be if I cannot protect myself? You feel me? So I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, act accordingly, and the opportunity that when it comes, I will take it. I will take it because I do not appreciate, and I never appreciated my boundaries being disrespected this much. So when people are thinking like, I'm acting emotional or out of character or anything like that, this is where they mess up because they confuse or they minimize my situation, my grave situation, with their mundane situation and their mundane fucking lives that are limited with the abuse. Not saying that they don't have an abusive situation or they don't have challenges of their own, but are they being gang stalked in front of millions, if not billions of people worldwide? Are they like literally? There are people who are able to triangulate information from to me from overseas. Are these people having government and stuff like that like really fucking with their food just for no reason, no fucking justified reason other than being extremely possessive, weak ass human beings? Do these people have any type of material media or anything like that that's trying to threaten them or make money off of them? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt as many people as be speaking up. I highly fucking doubt it. So it's really ridiculous of them to try to minimize or reduce my situation to just their basic stuff. It's just like trying to say, "Oh, I'm not alone." Like I get that. Like I get that everybody can be abused, but I am alone in this situation. This is an isolated situation that I'm going through right now. I have been experimented on in like the guinea pig. And black people have the black community have sold me out in order for money, clout, opportunities, climbing up the ladder, things that they were able to get and things that they had gotten prior to selling me out. But it was just like they didn't want to work hard for it. And it's also bad that, as black people, that we have to work so hard for it, which is called black tax. But even still, you still kind of have to do black tax, but now you actually made it harder for everybody else because now everybody's finding themselves trying to compete with me. It's People are really undoing themselves like a dishonor. It's like damned if you do, actually no, it's not damned if you do, damned if you don't. But it was just like look, you can either live this person's life and possibly catch like a venereal disease like they have, or you can like the lifelong one, or you can go and be messy and crazy and still end up like on the chopping block, or you can just try to live a better life. And people chose surprisingly to live like this, or think that this was actually cool. And I'm just like, that's insane. And they try to pretend like everything's fine though, but it's really a front. It's really a front. These two people, these two people are putting on the biggest front that, oh, everything's good and everything's all hunky-dory, but it's not. This guy has this guy has had so many lovers, and this one right here has had their fair share of lovers too, while married. Okay, and they initiated that relationship behind my back because I was originally dating him. I had dated him first, and this person I grew up with. Like, this person approached me, asked me to be their friend in the third grade. And I was just like, yeah, sure. And I decided to be, I never had like a best friend. Like, I had friends and I had, acquaintances, but this person called me a best friend. And I was just like, okay, well, whatever title that I had, that was obviously a positive one, I'm going to do to the best of my abilities. And that's what I did. Like when it came to being a good sister, or when it came to just being a good friend in general. And yeah, this person was very very fucking persistent with trying to be in my life. And we grew up with each other. Everything I thought was cool though, but little did I know that this person would talk behind my back horrifically, horribly, horribly trash me behind my back. And anytime when we were face to face, it would either be like little jabs that you would see on TV. Like on TV how you have like those little jabs at each other, and then they'd be like, "Oh, I'm just playing," but she would always initiate it, like, "Oh, I was just playing," and then when I would jab back, she would act like a victim, like, "Oh, leave me alone," and I'm like, mm. And the whole time, this person, I didn't know this until a few years back, right before I cut her off, that she was talking behind my back. And after I had cut her off, that's when I found out that she actually was sleeping and got pregnant with my ex fiance. That is so fucking disgusting. That is so fucking disgusting. There will never ever be a day where I can forgive this person or want to have a relationship with that person. That is so fucking disgusting. You know what? And it's crazy because this woman decided to have sex with not just one ex, multiple exes. Anytime when I would have that ex, or she would try to first she would whisper in their ear to try to have her and lie. Then she would try to sleep. Then she would sleep with them. I try to sleep with them. Sleep with them. It's disgusting. So fucking disgusting. First off, okay. Okay, that's really gross. It started out with this. She really got her fucking head up her ass. Like her head got okay. Her head has always been that. Her forehead has always been that big, but it got bigger when she started going out with him. But honey, let me tell you something. When he and I met, he was in the National Guard. When he was and his brother needed a place to stay. So I had just moved out of my grandmother's house because it was just hectic over there. I had like a really crazy uncle, and I had a really crazy uncle. This uncle had really like lost his way. He went from working on Wall Street to living on a street that's just like known for just like being really, really bad. He was heavy into drugs and stuff like that, and he had stole from my grandmother. If anybody knows how I feel about my grandmother, which I love, rest in peace. I was, yeah, no, I don't like that. So and he became, and after my grandmother had passed away, he became like really, he tried to like throw his weight around like he was controlling or something like that, and I was just like, no, you're not gonna be doing that shit. So I moved over here. I found out that this house was going up for foreclosure because another uncle decided not to pay for the mortgage or anything like that, like nothing, not even taxes. So the house was going up for foreclosure. I had like 10 grand saved, well, in my account. So my money, my money, all mine. It was mine. It wasn't an inheritance. It was mine. I had got it. It was me, my money. So I had the money, and without telling anybody, I decided to save that money for save the house from foreclosure, and decided to use it as an investment for me and my younger brothers, uh, who also betrayed me. The thing about this is, I didn't want to be anywhere near my uncle who coincidentally tried to like schmooze with me and try to get back on my good side. But I was like, ah. And I fixed this place up. And I have a before and after, which I will show you on the video that I will when I do this. But yeah. Anyway, fast forward to like a few months later, my brother on my father's side was like visiting with his then wife, and one of his friends was there, and then one of his friends said that he was like looking for a place, and I was just like, oh, cool, because I was considering about getting a roommate. So I was like, hey, like, would you want to? Because like it's a big house. Well, not it's not a big house anymore, but back then for me at like 21, it was like, I had a lot of rooms. Not a lot of rooms. Again, for somebody who was like his first place, I was just like, who went from like one bedroom out of a house. So I had extra rooms, and I was just like, hey, look, if you wanted to stay here, you can stay here. And he did. It was horrible. He was so, oh my God. Like the dude really thought that there was going to be a situation where we were going to like talk or like date or anything like that. I was just like, ew, like you're totally not my type. And just anyway, but his, this guy, he visited, he took a break or something like that from, I don't know, wherever, but he had visited one night when I was outside with my brother again. And he came to visit his brother who was staying here. Didn't see him for like maybe like a month or so afterward, maybe a couple months. Anyway, he came back, and um his brother, he triangulated something. So he asked his brother to if he can rent a place with me. And I was just like, okay, sure, cool, because I had like 3 rooms. I had 3 rooms, and yeah, the rent was cheap, obviously, and yeah. God, I hate living you guys. This is crazy. So I don't think girls would be better either, but it was just like, okay, so that was annoying. And somehow I remember him being very, very fucking annoying, actually, because I didn't like him at first. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not saying he's ugly, but it was just like, you're annoying. He was like so fucking annoying. He would leave the door unlocked in the hood. And I was just like, yo, like that's really dangerous. And he was just kind of like not kind of clean up after himself. Like what you want to do in your room, as long as you're not trying to make a fire, it's like okay. But like could you like, be nice around like the other stuff? And they were both like wild and crazy. I was just like, okay, this is crazy. I was like, I'm regretting my decision. I'm regretting my decision. And I was telling him like, yo, like, don't do that again. With like one thing I had like I was strict about, super strict about, was just like was the door, because he had left like he stopped he like he would unlock the door. I lost my shit. I wasn't like a really angry yelling kind of situation, but I was just like I was stern enough for him to know like yo, I'm not playing. Like yo, don't do that shit. And from then on, he respected me. And I'm just like, I really hate the fact, side note, I really hate the fact that I have to be a bitch to you in order for you to respect me. Like that's just I like just being me. Like I don't like having to try to have a like, having an attitude or something like that. Like that's crazy. Like I feel like that shortens your fucking lifespan in order to be like mean or stern or something like that. But apparently motherfuckers appreciate it. It was like crazy. Um so yeah, after that, then he just started like schmoozing, and things mellowed out, and he was saying like, "Oh, you're mine," like in a relationship kind of way, and I was just like, "Okay, bet." Well, I didn't say okay, bet, but it's like whatever. So anyway, there was a relationship had formed. It seemed kind of crazy because his brother was definitely trying to like taint his character, and I was just like, wow, like that's pretty wild. And sure enough, without me knowing, my so-called best friend was doing the same thing to him, because even since grade school, this girl, this woman, older woman, has been making up like these false ass lying reputations about me, and I'm just really a homebody. I had so many responsibilities: school, taking care of my see me in the chair, taking care of like my family members, taking care of my grandmother. My mother had just recently passed away, so I was taking care of my helping take care of my two little brothers before my other brother had moved in with his father. I was gearing up for college. I was working a job and then had a side hustle. And then I had an extracurricular, I had multiple extracurricular activities. So it's just like it's really gross for somebody to just go out of their way. This is the crazy thing. Oh my God, Leela. Okay, hold on, sorry. I touched the cat today. My cat, Leela the cat. And yeah, see look. And I have like her hair on my face. Ugh, I hate that. Shit. See, let me tell you. No, it's just so wild. Like, bro, yo, are you serious? Oh my god, girl. I hate this. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. It's gonna mess up. Hold on. Oh my god. How much hair did you put on me? Um, yeah, so everywhere. It's everywhere. This is why I'm gonna do the video, so I won't have these interruptions. And I'll have all my pictures and stuff like that. But it's really fucked up that you had somebody who called yourself a friend and they were just trashing you all that time, and then behind my back, she infiltrated with my family members, and so she's talking to people on my father's side and the people on my mom's side in order to try to taint my fucking character. And then when these two fucking linked up, she had him put a camera in my fucking house, and they're over here making a profit out of filming me. And it's really fucking gross. His father, he's adopted because his older brother is like, dark skinned black, and his other older brother is Puerto Rican. No, not Puerto Rican. Excuse me. He's Hispanic, Ecuadorian. He's Hispanic. So anyway, his stepfather is black. And his stepfather is also a well, was a detective, but since he made money off of me, his stepfather went into not a stepfather, excuse me, his adopted father went into making like multiple businesses, including a music company and also a charity organization. Again, I'll have pictures for this too. But his adopted father is black, who had a reputation, a good reputation, church member and everything like that. Black guy married a white woman who's a paralegal, a lawyer, and yeah, and with the family who does like shady shit. And I thought his father was like me. It was just like, what, I understand that kind of situation because we would be considered, the squares, basically, where we don't do that kind of stuff, but we try to like, we love our like, excuse me, before I had cut my family off, like, I was that person like, oh, we love our family, but we have different walks of life. Like, you go do your thing and I go do my thing. When I was young, I was raised in the suburbs and I would visit my father on the weekends. My father, he lives in the ghetto and he lives in, a much more like, I would say like a more trashier, like a more of a unattractive kind of way. And it was more criminals and stuff like that. But I was just like, okay, like you guys do your thing, obviously, um, you know, and I'm gonna do my thing, like on the weekdays. I was just that was that was me. And so when I saw like his dad, I was just like, okay, like I get you. No, no, he seems to be his adoptive father seems to be like the fixer, basically, because he has connections with the government and because he has connections with police and such like that. He can be the person to get you out of trouble. So when these two people decided to make fun of me and put me on blast on social media and things like that, not blast like whatever little lies or whatever like that, but blast on like my fucking body, my naked body, and all my little activities of like being, I guess, just me. If I want to dance in my house or if I want to play with my cats or talk to my cats, all of a sudden they deem me like crazy or saying that my mental health, like the lies and the absolute horrible, horrible things that they've said about me, trashy, disgusting, filthy, asinine lies. I just, oh my god, it's. And then I had also filmed a video because recently it was like I think 2 weeks ago or last week. No, last week they were in the court, just smiling and laughing and just whispering to each other. Like her, not him because he wasn't there because I have a restraining order against him, but her with my my half sister because it's on my dad's side and my father who I also cut off. Again, I have the original stuff from the old phones, from the actual emails. This is crazy. Hold on for one moment, because I'm using like the actual hold on. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. Like, hi, it's Marlon getting back in touch with you. You have an opportunity. You can give me a call at this number if you like probably to reach me over the weekend. Yeah, but I have I have other things. Wow, this is crazy. You know, it's even sadder. It's just that is that even my employers, this was in, was it January 3rd, 2020. Hi, Merlin. I hope you and your family are well. I'm writing to seek your assistance regarding advice or a referral for cybersecurity, please. Unfortunately, my information, emails, phone, home computer have been hacked and my emails are on the dark web. I received an alert by Equifax. I am confident a social media peer has compromised my information because I witnessed personal information of mine online being shared between her and her peers. I am being taunted on social media and I'm in need of your help getting my privacy back and protecting my information. I've exhausted many routes trying to resolve this problem, but I've had no luck. I remember you work with computers, and I'm hoping you can provide advice and refer me to someone who may be able to assist with this matter. I would greatly appreciate any advice you can offer. So then he had called me. And he was just like, "Yo, give me." He was like, "You can give me a call at this number." And he had talked about it, and he was saying that this is insane. That's so insane to just like lie. He like we didn't see each other face to face, but it was just insane to just lie about like, trying to be helpful. And all this time, you not only know what's going on, but you have watched and you have participated in the abuse. That is so fucking sick. And I didn't know about that again until later. It is 2023. Here's 2020. November 11th, 2020. I still didn't know. Like I knew that was being I knew that my privacy, like as far as like, my information was being hacked and stuff like that, but I didn't know that I was, being like surveilled, like this. This is insane. Hi Merlin, I hope you and your family are well and in good health. I'm writing to request recommendations regarding the ongoing privacy issue I've been having. Apparently it's worse than I originally thought, and I'm in search of an investigator or similar in order to get my privacy back. Now, when I was saying privacy back, again, I didn't know that I was being fucking like surveilled or like, had the cameras in my place. I was thinking that it was literally just, emails, my phone. Girl, that's so oh my god. That's so fucking like sick, 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 sick. Incredibly, incredibly sick. I want to go totally out verbatim exactly what all the shit that I have going on with my life and the pathetic results I have received because people want to keep playing bullshit games. And it's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing besides like embarrassing yourselves? Really? Because like, what is it that you're proving? Because every single time when you're trying to like taint my character, it really comes back on you. You're trying to say that I'm stupid and this, that, here, and the third. Then you want to mock me about like how much money I make or how much money I don't make. And it's just like, what does that have to do? How does that justify you wanting to stalk me and make fun of me? Or you want to try to like lie and assign me to some type of like I don't know, criminal offense. And I'm like, what does that have to do with you trying to put me out there for people to poke at me, like poke fun or make fun of me? Like why wouldn't the FBI or police or something like that just like arrest me by now? And don't say that, you're just using documentation for the case. Like that's total and complete fucking bullshit. Okay? That's total and complete fucking bullshit. Then why do you have literally people from Wawa or Burger King or my fucking mailman over here able to still watch me and fucking jerk off to me and be perverted? I don't get paid anything. Obviously, as you guys that keep saying and making fun of me about like, how much money I don't make or how much or how poor I fucking am. And you guys want to stunt about all this. Like it's always excuses, always excuses, always excuses. And it's pathetic of you because instead of you actually being accountable or people calling you out, is that you are still every single time, every little move that you guys make, you're over here making the white people that are benefiting off of this, you're practically forgiving them for all the fucking sins that they've done to us. Well, to black people as a fucking collective. Oh, you want to oppress me? Because this is literally just this is the vehicle in order for people to continue being racist and perform oppressive ways onto others. And a lot of you guys like don't even care until it comes to your doorstep, and then you want to bitch and moan. But you guys are really kind of like undoing a lot of the things. You guys are undoing a lot of the things that white people have done to us. Well, excuse me, that white people have done to black people. White that white people have done to our ancestors. And it's so fucking sad because of the fact it's more sad than the fact that you guys that some of you guys don't care. But then, you know, you guys were playing victim for so long. That's how they're gonna see it. That's how they're gonna see it. They were like, oh my god, like you can no longer play victim because you're doing the things that we do to you or and that we have done. So you're forgiving like our ancestors and you're forgiving us now. You really are. Like it doesn't matter about what it is that you guys are doing. Ima- Imagine you had to run an errand. No, excuse me. Imagine you had to get into your car and go to a doctor's appointment. Your mom calls on the phone and you are asked to go ahead and pick her up like some food or something from a store that's nearby. And you don't see any problem with it because you're already out and about. That is the equivalent of what other races that are non-black are benefiting off of you harassing me and taking it to this extreme. This dude is trying to people please. This woman has been insecure all her fucking life and has been just a people pleaser, but now that she's got her rocks off by dating this guy, she thinks that she that nobody can tell her anything, that she can do whatever. Um, So she's just really kind of like, in a way, she's really just like people pleasing for approval and likes and attention from the world, which is fucking crazy. And he's kind of like the same, but he's also trying to people please for black people in general, while also being fucking racist and also trying to like harm me. Well, not trying to harm me, but harming me. So they're using him as a white guy at blue-eyed, honey wheat hair. I think those called Aryan features in German. Was it Nazi during the Holocaust? Those Aryan features, in order to be like the perfect person. Ugh, this is disgusting. Come on, stop it. Stop. Your perfect person is a crackhead, okay? Like like yo, the only reason why she started enticing him was based off of lies and drugs. Okay. Her older brother was selling fucking drugs, and he grew up since he was a very young kid. His mother was on drugs, addicted to drugs, and he grew up around drugs. His sister is a drug head. She has been like a crackhead, like a functioning crackhead, but a crackhead nonetheless. She has been a pill popper and all the other kind of stuff. I'm over here coming in thinking that okay, we are, we're together. I'm thinking, oh, I'm the light. This is so stupid because like I know what it is to be around like people who do drugs but not do it. Like I haven't even done weed at that time, so it was just like yeah. So and this girl, she'll do anything, any fucking thing. So yeah, you just sprinkle some crack cocaine in your fucking bra or cooch or whatever like that, and it'll just gobble it up because he started doing drugs again, and I was just like, yo, like this is crazy. So obviously, his lifestyle didn't complement mine. When I met him, he seemed to come from a good family. He seemed to have a good head on his shoulders and things of that nature. And I decided to just like, I of course I was just like, okay, then I'll date you. When he started showing his ways, we fell on the outs. But even before then, this. So this didn't help. the fact that like even before like we were on the outs, it was just like, yo, like he seemed to actually make hi babe. Okay, Leela. It seemed to like this is really disgusting because this is why I have to put this down in order because I'm really just like all not all over the place, but it's just I want to make this more kind of cohesive, and I don't want to put out any I won't say spoilers, but I'm just I'm just very disappointed and turned off that people I've cut off are trying to make it seem like I want to still have a connection with them or that I have a connection with them or that I was the person that was being the homewrecker when it wasn't like that at all. I believe in not only just fairness, but I believe in what goes around comes around. I believe in karma and this, that, and the third. So like the time when I told you when I was 19 years old and I found myself that I was in a relationship with a guy who was married. When I found that out, I was just like, yeah, no. Like I saw him at the court actually last weekend. Like I thought it was actually just like an amicable situation, not an amicable like split, but it was just like no hard feelings kind of situation like that. So I found out later that he's also one of the ops. Like he had helped them fucking backstab me and betray me. And it's just really gross. It's so fucking gross. The things that people have done for money and whatnot like that is so gross. And as people are talking about oh, I don't know what she's talking about, this, that, and the third. Why are you still always talking about me? Why? We cut ties, okay? You trying to act like, you cut me off, but I cut you off. If you cut me off, why are you trying to every fucking day? Why is it that you want to still copy what it is that I do? You want to still copy my looks? You want to copy any of my videos? Like, why? Why? You feel me? Why are you looking to imitate me? Why are you even looking to still talk about me? If you have as much confidence and self-love as you pretend to, then it's just like why do you need to still because talking about me in a way where it's like oh she can't stop like talking like she can't stop talking about me, she can't like stop contacting me and stuff like that. You have money as you boast, so you can't afford blocking, you can't afford changing your number, you can't afford like taking me to court or something like that. You can't like what is it that's stopping you from just going on about your day? The best thing you can do about somebody who's like obviously always trying to like contact you is to try to ignore them. You guys are the ones that are trying to like nitpick on every little fucking thing that I do, from my hair to my clothes. But it is in my best the best thing for me to do is to put this all out here and to just go on with my life as I've been trying to do, but you guys are still fucking surveilling me. You guys are still making money off of me. Baby, no, no, no. No, not right now. Thank you, good girl, but not right now. Okay? It just doesn't make it just actions and stuff really expose and reveal themselves. Like good girl, but like, you're not a very smart one right now. This is just insane. This is so just fucking insanity. Anyway, I just wanted you guys to kind of see my setup. Um, yeah. It's just so disgusting. Oh, I'm pretty sure my half sister is like looking somewhere like, oh well, where is me? I'm like, sweetheart, you are a scrappy dude. You're the character that wants to always be, fucking involved in the drama. Don't worry, like you are in the drama, but you are the one that's like that's really disgusting too. These two that were pretending to that are married or pretending to be married or whatever like that. Um, he's seeing her having a relationship with her and my sister, my half sister. So it's like a sister wives kind of situation, and they both try to act like me. Not with the whole blonde hair kind of situation, even though I have like that the blonde a long time ago, and then they just kind of stuck with this one, and then this one and then my sister decided to copy off of that one. This is so fucking disgusting. Oh my god, this is like so fucking disgusting. Anyway, um, oh my god, it's just so fucking gross. I'm really disgusted. I'm really fucking disgusted. If you supposed to like love yourself or have any true genuine amount of like self-love, like you wouldn't worry about somebody like still trying to contact you even if you was a guy. Like imagine Drake or Future talking about one woman who can't just like who can't stop leaving like contacting him or something like that. I don't do that, okay? But these are the lies that they were telling. I'm like, do you see Drake or Future having to talk about like girls that just won't leave him, like one girl in particular that just like won't leave them alone? Like that just makes like, or like a stalker or something like that. Like that's just, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Something like that would be like I don't know. I feel it's like this. If you have, you're obviously a whore. Okay? Like let's keep it like let's keep it a buck. If you have as much money as you have, or you have as many followers as you have, do you guys like, or even women who are just like influencers or guys who are influencers, do you really got to talk about one person every day who's in your DMs but keeps like, probably contacting you or something like that? Like, do you really need to keep talking about that person, or are you just going to block them, delete them, and just, ignore them? Why do you need to just try to pick out that person every single day? Would you want to be that kind of person who would like look at what that person is doing and what they're wearing and then try to copy it or imitate it? And imitate it? Like that's just like come on now. Like that would be suspect, right? That would be fucking suspect. That would be like come on now. Like wait, that doesn't sound right. Like if you have some real brain cells, that wouldn't sound right. That yeah, no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. If anything, that would tell me two things. One, you think that person is of your caliber, if not better than you, or and two, um, it sounds like you're lying, Chief. Sounds like you're lying, or that you have feelings for this person. And if you don't, then move on, and keep the person's like name out of your mouth. Unfortunately, I'm in a situation where these people will talk about me all the time. It doesn't mean that I have to talk about them, but it does mean that I have to say what it is. I have to speak my piece. I have to speak my piece and speak about what it is that happened to me in my life, because these two will just not quit because they're making money off of me. And not just them, but a lot of people are making money off of me. So whether they like it or not, I am the fucking star. No matter what kind of like information or content is, being profited from them, by them on the side and things of that nature, it seems like, they're using my personality and my energy. And by my energy, I mean they're looking at my mannerisms and they're getting cocky off of trying to see me at a disadvantage of having these unnecessary and unnatural challenges of living day to day, of having people come in my house, be nasty to my things and to my pets, stealing money, hacking my account, stealing money from my bank, and then trying to say, "Oh, she's poor." Well, no shit. If you keep messing with stuff of mine and trying to like destroy things of mine, calling companies in order to upcharge things um, that isn't normal, just so I can pay more money, which will leave me at a more disadvantage. Call my employers and get them to be participants in the abuse and take money from me in my accounts. Highly illegal fucking stuff. Unnecessary fucking stuff. That is being deeply insecure. There is no reason why I should be in this situation. None. None. It is so fucking pathetic and so fucking disgusting. I'm just seeing a whole bunch of messy people who are um, just putting a fucking noose around their own necks, really. Disgusting and pathetic people. All right, I got things to do. Might actually just kind of take it down, but I just wanted to show you guys like my little presentation, okay? Where I'll talk about this and how the stuff is like gossiping. It's gonna be like a better setup, but I just kind of wanted to show you like what my layout is going to be, how I how I did my little stage and stuff like that. That and the flying monkeys, things of that nature. Yeah. Because again, I'm a visual person, and I really think that this will definitely help. There's absolutely no confusion, even though a lot of people are trying to save their asses right now, and it's just like, why you knowingly did what you did, and now you're trying to act like you didn't do it, or that you are too mature for this shit. One of the things that I just think is just pathetic is people who like general people who are gang stalking me having to act like they're helping me. No, there are some people who are watching me and telling me, okay, like this is what's going on. It's breadcrumbing information, but they're telling. There are some people who are actually telling me like what the hell's going on. And then there's people, and then there's people who watch me and try to exploit me and gaslight me, which is fucking sick. And yeah, they're black. They're black, white. Oh my god, it's so disgusting. And then they try to tell me like, oh, why don't you heal and this, that, here, and the third. Hold on.
And they may want to make them manifest through you. Virgo energy, you're dealing with someone who is lazy. Virgo, you're dealing with somebody that's lazy. And I feel like this person's behavior has taken a toll on you. This is somebody that could be quite abusive and aggressive when they get upset. You could have come from a different background of upbringing than this person. This person lacks patience. It's really hard to talk to them when they get like this. I feel like for some of y'all, this person, it's this pressure that's happening over here in Virgo. This is going to be for some of y'all, not all of y'all. But there's a situation that's presenting itself here. This is somebody that you had a past history with. For some of y'all, you may have rekindled something with this person. You had to liberate yourself from this, or this may also have something to do with children. That is bringing up a lot of anxiety, okay? For some of y'all, this is going to be children. For some of you, this is going to be somebody that I feel like you rekindled something with. There could have been a child that came out of this. Or this is somebody that you knew from when you were younger. For some of y'all, there's a lot of anxiety around this, a lot of fear. I don't know if things are not going the way that you want them to. As far as, yeah, somebody is wishing they never had sex with somebody. I'm not even lying. Like, it just really feels like somebody wished they never had sex with somebody. Some of y'all, this could have been a strictly sexual connection that you wanted something more from, but nothing ever more came of this situation.
Rumors. This is rumors. Because they have to save face.
Whoever this is have put themselves in a very unstable situation. This person could lack skills, lack ethics, lack patience, lack loyalty. It just feels like this person doesn't have anything to fall back on other than what they know. If this makes any sense, I'm not.
Because now that they're being exposed, these people need to try to save face. So they'll say things like, "Oh, like somehow I'm the homewrecker" or some bullshit like that, and I'm like, "No, I have material that shows that we dated first." She really wanted to make sure that this person, that he and I were never going to be like back together, and she did that by my own fucking preference. Like I don't see a sexual connection with this person. Like you've done literally everything you Ken, like you've had sex with her, you've had sex with my sister, you've had sex with my cousin. Like who what the hell? That's just insane. The best thing he could have done was actually admit this and bring these people to prison. Um, but that's just insane. Like there's nothing that these people have done that's like redeemable. I also wanted to they're also talking about like I've had a relationship with them. I've seen this dude and he looks a shell of his former self. The last time I seen him, he looks a shell of his former self. Um Last year in July or August. And oh, he looks really bad. He looks really bad. I don't know what he looks like now, but back then he looks really bad. And it's like he wanted to talk to me like more private. I'm like, you're in front of my house. Like what? I'm not gonna let you in. Like, like speak. He's like, oh, can we go in the car? And I'm like, I haven't seen you in such a long time. And from what I hear that it's like it would be bad for me to talk to you privately. Like something was giving me like that energy saying like, no, don't do that. So I said no again. And yeah, it's it's insane. We haven't had any sexual relationship for years. For years. So it's just like, how are you coming? All these
I
rumors.
just really feel like I keep getting reputation. I keep getting
Disgusting.
you have been as patient as you possibly could be with this situation. And I don't feel like you could be any more patient than what you have. I don't feel like you want to keep fronting the course for this person.
You know what's even more disgusting is Black people need to try to make some type of excuse in order to still watch my naked body and make fun of me and harass me and exploit me. So they're saying I don't know what it is that gave them the justified reason in order to do that. But I don't have a relationship with this guy. I don't have a connection with this guy. I don't even want one. That if I'm over here literally going about hold up. If I'm over here going about stating this, that, here, and the third about what my intentions are and my self love and how I'm moving accordingly, it shouldn't matter what these people say. It shouldn't matter what kind of like fabrications that these people make up because first off, you can make up something saying like, oh, like yeah, Shalise had called me in this area and she wants me back and we had like sex and stuff like that, which is fucking disgusting. Which is fucking disgusting at this point. But it's just like, why would I? You offer me nothing. You offer me nothing. Like that's disgusting. You offer me nothing emotionally or physically. I would not want to still be in the squalor if I'm messing with somebody who's saying that they have a whole bunch of money. Like why? If you shouldn't you have like it doesn't really make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense. I was the one that was he was living in my house and I was the one that was bringing things up. I was the one that was paying all the fucking bills. It was me. It was me. It was me and my fucking efforts. This is so fucking disgusting, bro. This is so fucking disgusting. There's no excuse whatsoever for people to have done this to me. And for Black people to come up on some shit where it's just like making this into like some type of like telenovela or BET drama is really entirely messy. It's insanely messy. It really doesn't make any sense because I would never want to debase myself if I'm not getting paid. Not even if I'm not getting paid anything. I'm not. My life has not improved. I'm being literally like they've made so many excuses. First, they were saying that this was like a drama kind of BET drama kind of situation. Then they were saying I was doing this for religious reasons. Like there's no justified reason where this is ethical or moral. Black people have literally sent us back and just reneged on a lot of like historic moments and where we were trying to find equity and civil and human rights, and they did it by selling out, and yet still like their heads are on the chopping block where they have to give a whole bunch of themselves in order for fucking crumbs still, because they're still not making as much as their counterparts, or as their peers. And it's like you have to go through hoops still. You have to still speak up. You have to do picket rallies and stuff like that, and you get all this performative shit from your peers and from white people, from the government and stuff like that. And it's just like, yeah, it's still not enough. And then somebody's got to die, and it's still not enough. So you did all that, and I guess it's less for you, but you've done all that though. But you guys seem content because you have some type of totem in order to like throw your rage, improperly project your rage and frustrations too, which is me. And you get to do that with the white people who silently identify you as nigger, but then wants to appropriate the things that you do and get money from it. Ooh, this is Bantu yoga. This is really nice. Oh, I like this. I'm going to non-blackify it up and make money off of it and appropriate it. And on you, I'm going to make fun of it. No. It's insane, bro. It's insane.
That person. Try not to get involved in that gossip. Try not to say too much, because I feel like this motherfucker is a mole that wants to see what you say so they can take some shit back to keep some shit going. In other news, I really feel like, this, because I just saw disharmony, I just saw distrust. Maybe you're dealing with somebody that that loves to start some fucking form of gossip and rumors about y'all, but there's a lot of shit that's going on around here for Capricorn energy. But Spirit is saying this is not in your best interest to get involved in whatever the fuck this is, whether this is workplace gossip, friend circle gossip, family gossip. This is not the time. With Saturn and Saturn return, I don't know about this shit. Y'all don't want to get caught up in here. This motherfucker go again. And this feel like a couple. Who the fuck is this couple? This can be a couple. Some of y'all, this person is watching. And I don't know why I feel like if this is a couple, they cheat on each other, or there could be some kind of open relationship between these two people.
This is live going on right now.
But they both feel like I don't know. I don't like this energy. The Queen of Wands in reverse and the King of Wands in reverse. This feels like
it's gonna feel like the live.
They both cheat on each other. They both are very manipulative behind each other's backs. They both backstab each other. They both gossip about each other. They both don't get yourself involved in whatever the fuck this is.
I'm not.
I don't know why for some of y'all want to say a family business.
Off of my impression, and they have made other businesses.
Whoever these people are, I just don't trust it. Because I'm seeing rage come out. Rage and ready to expose. Somebody is mad. I'm seeing pictures, text messages, emails. Like somebody is really watching your ass. And excuse me, somebody's hiding behind a fake profile watching you. But I think you didn't already realize that. Some of y'all, this could be fucking an elite group. Like, I don't know what the fuck this is. But,
Lila, no.
That energy feels
better.
Leo, Aries, Sagittarius coming out very strongly. Or the Sagittarius and Aries is coming out very strongly. You need to listen to your higher self with this situation. And don't get yourself too involved because both of them, yeah, fake. I keep getting fake and hiding. Somebody is hiding and they're fake as fuck, and somebody's being exposed here. But the way that they're being exposed, Spirit is telling you be mindful, because the way that they're being exposed is by you speaking your truth of sort. But whoever this is that's coming back towards you as a mole wants to hear, because some shit may have popped off with them, and now somebody's coming in to tell you about it. Spirit is saying don't entertain that shit. Don't entertain it. And it was funny because I'm doing Leo next, and now I'm feeling like divine intervention comes in, and I just said that I was getting strong Leo Aries energy, Sagittarius.
There have been I don't know. In the midst, yes, the people of New Jersey, Black people of New Jersey, have orchestrated and funneled the situation, and they have doubled down and wanted to be really fucking negative. People who I went to school with, people who were like smiling and wanting to be my friend and saying, "Oh, Shalice, you're so nice" and stuff like that. That's because I was, because I don't want anything to do with them now. So that's what I say I was. I would give them money if they needed it. This, that, and like y'all, like I was kind. I was the quiet one, the kind one. Too busy to hang out. Too busy. I didn't even want to go to the cafeteria. I literally took my. I used to bring my lunch with me so that I can go to an extra class. I was that kind of person. And into my adulthood, I was the kind of person to just volunteer and do a lot of things for the fucking community. And these people really fucking collab together in order to try to harm me and put me down. I don't even want to know the reason anymore. It's just, it's not a valid one. It's not a valid one. Because these people had harmed me, and by me cutting them off, I want nothing to do with them. So that, like, that for me was my closure. If somebody crosses me, it's just like, okay, then go about your way. No, these people needed to like fucking like follow me, harass me, and this, that, here, and the third. They didn't have the fucking self-esteem or security within themselves to just cut somebody off and just be done with it. For whatever reason, they decided to make a problem with me out of nowhere and get upset because I didn't want to be the person to serve them. I didn't want to be the person I wanted to live my life. I just wanted to live my life. People were asking way too fucking much of me without giving me any type of reciprocity. Like, I don't mind doing favors for you, but if you literally just try to like take, I'm like, no, you can't do that. And if I remind you, I'm like, hey, look, that's just too much of me. That's too much to ask of me. I can't do that. Then all of a sudden they start getting like aggression. And I'm like, whoa, you don't even need to do that. I'm like, you should worry about like trying to get things on your own. No, that's why these people need to steal my identity, try to take my persona, this, that, here, and the third. It's really fucking sad. These people are incredibly like selfish and garbage. I'm not saying all Black people, obviously, because whoever I like speak up for is definitely, it's not all Black people, it's not all white people, it's not all Hispanic, it's not all Asian. It was just too, one is one too many. Within the Black community that have done this to me, one is one too fucking many. After all the shit that I have literally stood for, one is one too many have done this shit. But it's just like, no, it's definitely not all Black people, and it's not all white people. But I'm just grateful for the Black people who've looked at me and has spoken up. Yes, they have breadcrumbed because some people have breadcrumbed. A lot of people have breadcrumbed in order to further exploit me because they wanted a healthy product. But I appreciate those people who just kind of like saying things and letting me know, even though it was passively. It wasn't passive aggressively. It was just passively mentioning things, and they didn't tell me a lot of things. In fact, some people were trying to like write the wrong answers on the wall for me, that kind of thing, like some dog millionaire. But it was just like I knew a lot of this stuff through my own intuition, and I didn't find out this stuff until after I had cut these people off. So that was also crazy too. So I knew a lot of this information had come about off of my own intuition and off of my own research, but I didn't know exactly the gravity of the situation until, well, some of it, until some of it, well, a good portion of it, until people started like kind of saying it passively, and then they started like kind of trying to give the wrong answers, but I was just like, no, I'm pretty sure it's like this, and like I feel it and I sense it, and this seems very foreboding, but this is what's going to happen. This is the outcome that's going to happen if you guys keep doing it. And sure enough, that's what happened. A lot of the situation happened, or it happened already, and I was just calling it for what it is, and people were just like, "Oh my god, like how do you know?" I know because I know. Like I'm intuitive, and I know on your character and the character of history before us, and also on the way how this would go. I can feel and I can sense. It's not having to do anything with magic or anything like that. That's just crazy. The stories that have been coming out about me, it was just like I feel this, I sense this, and even if you laugh or smile in my face, like I can just tell that this is off, that this is not good. And some people are some really good actors, but I'm just like, no. So yeah, and yeah, I can, and there's just some things I can just tell, and I just really don't know how. I'm not saying this is something that it's not, but I'm just saying like there's some things I can tell. I can just tell, and I happen to be right. It's so crazy because some of the things that had already like came up with on my own. I found that some people that were watching me for years happened to make some content a few years back, and then I happened to stumble upon it, and then it's like boom, wow, that's a confirmation. That's so fucking scary. It's like wow, like I knew this, and I had to search for it, but I didn't even know it or look for it until after I came into one person's video, and then boom, and then all of a sudden people started making more content, but it's um it's exposing, like, yo, like, I'm exposing exactly, like, fucking my character and identity because, like, I'm not over here trying to you've seen so much of me, like, I'm not trying to stay face for nothing. Like, you know my intentions, you know my heart, because for years, over a decade, I've I've just been me. I've been that foolishly, helpful humanity, and that's why a lot of people became really attracted to my energy, and it's fucking disgusting and gross because it wasn't on a very respectful or genuine kind of wave like manner. People became really obsessed and possessive and harmful to my existence. And now because I have my boundaries and I'm not giving them what they want to see in the privacy of my own home, all of a sudden a lot of people want to do harm to me. A lot of people want to try to kill me. A lot of people want me dead. Um, and it's insane. That self entitlement worldwide.
Weeks, maybe haven't even spoken to them in months. And whoever the fuck this is that you have to cut out. This person is thinking about coming back towards you,
And
but you
stealing
have
stuff online.
elevated so much spiritually, it will be hard for this motherfucker to get by you. Sagittarius is next. Oh, pain. You know what? Because
it's teaching you how valuable you are, or how valuable something or someone is in your life. I don't know. I just feel like more appreciation is going to be significant. For some of you, I'm sorry, this is a very specific message for someone, but somebody felt like the world would be better without them in it, and that's not true. Okay? If you're going to change anything, start with you, but not in that way, because you're only going to come right back and do this shit all over again, if not harder, for what the fuck you did. You know what I mean? God typically doesn't allow things or people to live that aren't here on a divine purpose or supposed to be.
And this is the part that's really sick.
So,
it's just that a lot of people who watch me.
Abundance is right behind that. Like, you got inheritance coming to you. For some of you that you've gotten, again, this looks like.
This is really fucking gross because some people who started watching me, again, if this has been over for over 10 years, they're people who are in their 20s who were either like 10 or younger, watching me, being conditioned. This is something that has happened in historic times, like with was it Hitler had like a youth program in order to condition children to hate Jews. And in the midst of this abuse, I noticed that in Asia, there's an anime that supports that supports them too, and actually tries to make me the villain for being like for all the little naysaying things that they try to make up about me. You can tell by like the characteristics, like, oh, this person's tall, oh, this person is but they'll do it in like they'll do it in a way that represents like in their culture. Like, and I'm pretty sure that they have it in different other types of content too. And it's so sick. Like the world has literally abused me, exploited me for selfish, self-serving gain, and it felt entitled to manipulate their way into my life and feel like they could try to tell me what to do. And there are women and men out here making platforms and businesses just so they can try to project whatever that they see. They make up these false observations and project these incorrect feelings or activities and try to think like, okay, well, you're tired, maybe because you just had the wrong food, maybe because the challenges that you guys giving me, maybe because you guys keep tainting my water and adding poison to it. It's those reasons, not the other superficial reasons or the incorrect reasons. It's because of that. This is more than just dangerous. This is fucking toxic.
Dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. If this person is bald, they're light skinned. All right, possibly even Caucasian. They don't know. Taurus coming through heavy. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. So whoever this person is, they like to test you or something like that. Okay. I don't really like tests, but I shall pass them bitches with no study time. I don't know what it is, but you might be the same. I ain't know how. I knew half the shit I knew. I just. Alright, God, what's this? I'm gonna fail this season right here if I don't get the test right now. I'm gonna pass the test. It's something about a test right? Did you pass or did you fail? Alright, so yeah, moving forward. Let's keep going. Fire.
This is the new
Jeopardy
person.
is on the TV right now. Fire. Number 8, 2, 6, 7, 4. Alright, somebody definitely threw a hex at an Aries or something like that. Because it backfired them for sure. Or an Emperor energy. This could be a boss as well. Alright. And again, somebody wanted to retaliate, but again, something backfired poorly. So it is gonna have to go back to this individual. Now, it already has from what it looks like. But again, in Aries energy, okay, and this definitely could be, it's giving very much prayer or something like that. Words, either written or for some of you typed. I keep forgetting we're in 2023. But words, okay? The color tan is very significant, or brown. I got a golden ribbon right here, a Virgo, a surprise here. All right, retaliation is definitely significant. Okay. Again, these are guides. I got a deer right here. Okay. The monkey bone, monkey ball, the flower. Again, some type of golden hornet. Like that was the retaliation that was needed though. Especially for that King of Swords energy. The frog is right here. Oh no. Alright. Somebody might have ran over a frog on accident. Dude. It's something about seeing it too late or something like that. Also, a golden lineage, alright? So a small family could be significant. But it's something very specific about your lineage, what's in it. Asking questions could be significant. All right, a clothes hanger.
Something this Abe of Wands, and you're still very loving too. I feel like you still got love for these people and this person. But you got yourself out of the dark here with this situation. You sure did. You said, nah, hell no. Somebody wanted you codependent. And I feel like this energy of codependency is what they operate out of. But you said, no, I can create my own stability. That's why you were manifesting, or you're going through a financial upgrade. You do have a big financial upgrade coming in. You could be Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. You don't have to be. Yeah, somebody said, I can level up on my own. I'm going to start my own business. I'm going to go in my own direction. I'm going to pave my own path. And this is what you're doing. And somebody's shocked. People are shocked that you are actually successful. And it looks like there's love involved. If you do not have a counterpart at this time, you do have new love coming in. If you left somebody that you felt like was dragging you down, or that was lowering your vibration, and you decided to walk away from this situation and you spoke truth on it, you do have a new counterpart coming in that is much more equipped. I want to say somebody who is much more on your level, somebody who can actually reciprocate the energy that you show up in, okay? Or this is you stepping into soul family, people that recognize that you are a leader and they're not trying to diminish this or try to take you out of this energy or be in competition with it. You could be in Aries. I feel like you had a lot of people trying to convince you that you're not a leader, that you're not a natural creator, that you're not somebody who makes good decisions, that knows what's best for them. This was only putting burdens on you, and you finally put these down. You finally put these burdens down. You said, this ain't even my shit. This not my shit to carry. Okay? The list is pretty short at this time. I got about 5 or 6 people on the list. If you like to hop on the list, it is open, okay? 11:11 for the mini read, 22:22 for the full reading. Link is in my bio to my Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Once I receive notification of payment, I add you to the list. And now the Empress came out. So this is either a couple that decided to move away from a group of people, or this is you about to come into union with your actual divine counterpart because you have walked away from a situation that was not serving your highest good. I feel like this was draining you. I feel like this left you in a lot of frustration. Now the wheel of fortune is turning for you. And these people that you walked away from can't understand why. Okay? They can't understand why. They don't understand why you were operating on a higher level, or you were operating as this star. They don't understand how you've been able to heal yourself. So maybe this was a generational curse you had to break. Maybe this was, it definitely was a generational curse you had to break. 10 of Cups, this does involve family, okay, or somebody you considered as family. This is something you moved away from and you started to heal on your own. You could be Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. This is somebody that said, you know what, I'm pouring into me. I'm pouring into me. I see things from a higher perspective. I'm going to close this cycle out, and I'm going to bet my chips on me. I'm going to bet my chips on my who's in my close circle. I'm going to go towards the people who celebrate me, not the people who are trying to get me to question myself as if I don't know what to do with my own life. See, a lot of people wanted to write the narrative for your life, and that is no longer plausible. They are no longer applicable to do that. You rejected this energy that they were trying to send your way. Now you're shining on your own. Okay, now you're leveling up with people around you that love you and you're supported for exactly who you are. 4 Wands, this is somebody that could be in a relationship or some type of union, okay?
Oh no, some here. Okay. It's your turn now. Let's see. Earth. Y'all look like y'all moving forward. And for some of y'all to start alright, I'm seeing you ain't about down what it is. If you date a fucking Taurus or a Virgo or Capricorn, if they give you their money, where the fuck is their money in return? Or they will leave your ass. If you date a water sign, when they give you their love, they expect the same in return. Or they will emotionally disconnect from you. And it hurts. If you date an air sign, you need to come up with a plan that is smart, that's going to lead y'all to happiness.
You have to have a plan, a mindset, or know where you're going. Or the air sign sees it going nowhere with you. Know the elements that you're dating. You can't date a Leo and then be like, well, all of the world does not revolve around. In what Leo's world does the world not revolve around them? It's a Leo. You just can't do that. I feel like somebody's dating somebody that ain't. You didn't know what you was getting yourself into or something. They don't have to be a Leo. I'm just using that as an example because in tarot, there is no element that is more guilty to it than another element. I just feel that somebody did not show the love or did not give the attention or the support that somebody deserved or something like that. And that's just what it is. I don't care how people feel or any of that shit, man. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? It's just not what it is. Like you can't do something to somebody and then expect them to get over it. Everybody don't move the same way. Just because you got over some shit, somebody else is not going to do that. You don't know what they'll get over. You can't just do stuff, oh, they'll get over it. Ain't that big of a deal. To you, it's not that big of a deal. I feel like you treat people how you want to be treated. Somebody didn't treat you how you treated them. And they expect for you to overlook that. No, ain't no overlooking shit because you had the energy. This is my thing. I'm going to tell y'all something right now, ladies and gentlemen. If you was dealing with somebody who was hurt in any kind of way, and they didn't give you the support, the attention, the love, whatever you wanted from them, but they gave it to other things, that just means they didn't want to give it to you. And that's just that on period.
And you just walk away from that. Like that's
because a motherfucker that's really heartbroken, my nigga, they don't give love to nobody. I don't give a fuck who you are. Nobody's getting love and nobody's really getting my attention. I'm in it and I'm out. And that's just what it is.
Honestly,
some of y'all,
you
felt that. Too sorry for somebody and they already knew they wasn't on that with you. You thinking you gave somebody the excuse. You gave somebody the right away of an excuse for too long. That's what happened, period. And then now that you ain't known that somebody, I feel like that's somebody's excuse.
I think maybe speaking regarding him.
I wasn't prepared or I had just lost my home. Like, what does that got to do with somebody showing you love? You're damaged. And that's what you need to admit?
Yeah.
I'm damaged like a motherfucker, and because I'm damaged, I'm going to just go ahead on and cut this off now. Just because somebody tries to bring you in their life, like if you have a persistent individual and you're not on that, you can cut that motherfucker off. You have a choice, bro. You know how many times I done did that? Me, Karma? And I know people can get attracted, they fall in love, and they like me, and bro, I'm not finna hurt nobody, G. I will block you and cut you off before I lead you on, G. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it.
Well, I definitely agree with some of the things that she's saying, but it's just like this doesn't have any relation to me right now and for a while, because I haven't dated this guy in years. First off, I've been celibate for years, and I've had a few boyfriends after him. So yeah, all this bullshit about, us trying to have something going on or me being pregnant with his babies and things like that. That's offensive. That's offensive to me because I took time to I need to build a connection before I have sex with somebody. I really do. Unless like, there's a moment where I try to have like a one night stand, and for some reason I don't know, it's just like everybody wants to try to not want to have a one night stand, like they want to actually like date me. But it's just like, so I haven't had a successful one night stand. I haven't had one, but that was in my younger years when I tried. But regardless, I find myself in a situation where people are still wanting to try to drag me down or put me again, like I said, in a BET drama, and it's really offensive and and disgusting and gross. But it still doesn't excuse why I'm being gang stalked. It still doesn't excuse or pardon why people are exploiting me. Um, the human sex trafficking, putting nasty things in my food, trying to harm me, and attempted murder. Like that, all that is insanity. So when people are watching me and this, that, here, and the third, and trying to make excuses, it really just like drags down and taints the identity of people in general, of humanity, of black people, of white people. It's just people are being really fucking desperate to try to keep, people are trying to be really fucking desperate with being possessive and trying to keep this bullshit melodrama alive, and it's so gross.
Because you're going to accept who I love, or I'll call you back when they leave. But if you just cut something.
Yeah, see, this right here, she's like carrying the whole fucking narrative, the whole BET narrative. So that's just really fucking nasty, bro. It is. It's insanely nasty. That's the kind of energy where it's just like, I'm a product to them, and they're not saying it for it. It's poor morals, basically.
It's not like a specific thing I do to create my designs.
That's wow. That's a lot of Geminis. But the Gemini and Aquarius do get along. Thank you. Thank you very much. I can't wait for the sun to come out. I need a tan. I'm looking a little yellow. Hey, May Jim. How are you guys doing? July 4th, people.
The thing is that I've been trying to warn people because obviously Flying Monkeys, led by her and supported by him, have grown and just, again, worldwide and in amazing numbers. So therefore, I'm just not the only, obviously I am the only me, but people in their own personal lives are going to want to try to do this. These are individuals who are just fucking toxic to me, but then they have somebody who might, remind them of me. Could be you, one of the viewers, and they're going to want to try to make your life horrible and try to make money off of you. They obviously won't have the same kind of tools and advantages that these two people have, but they will try to do it with the best of their ability, and they just might get away with killing you or attempted murder, trying to, a funeral service or something like that. And I would hate for you to be duped, which is why I have made this information known, and why I was speaking out more, and why I have wrote things down on my blog, and why I was actually speaking out on YouTube about what was going on, because I didn't want you guys to be out in the loop about telltale signs and this, that, and the third. You guys have a bird's eye view, so you're able to kind of see things for what it is, but still you're also getting gaslit by my abusers, which are like relatives, ex-friends, and ex-lovers. Obviously, because they want to make a buck, and this is how their lazy asses are, funding their lifestyle. that and drugs, and which is what they also do with the government. My point is I wanted to share this because before I knew the gravity of the situation, I wanted to alert people so that way that they could protect themselves. I just didn't know that there were so many people that were okay with watching me and abusing me and trying to keep me stuck in a gang stalk surveilled kind of way. I didn't know that so many people would be okay with trying to harm me and still knowing that I didn't deserve this and that I don't deserve this. Um, so I don't know how many few people are out there that are actually like, yo, like this is really fucked up. Like actually no, stop it, and speaking up and speaking out. But for what it's worth for anybody that actually is, because every single day there anytime that somebody's actually becoming, of age enough to see this without my permission, my privacy, is another person that can become a flying monkey, is another person that can become abusive to whomever and try to like, harm or somebody that's close to them for one up, for clout, for money, for sex, for opportunity, this, that, here, and the third. Everybody right now, even though my ops are laughing at me and trying to like save their ass and lie and try to misdirect, it's like give it up. Like you guys have already exposed yourselves by the continuous mischievous little things that you do for nothing. If you guys are supposed to have like such busy lives and whatnot like that, but you guys made it like your day to day to try to oppress me and belittle me for nothing, for fucking nothing.
I can't read these fast enough.
Yeah, this is so crazy. Because even before I knew that I was fucking being like gang stalked and stuff like that, I'm over here like, okay, no, this is like insane. So I'm over here trying to warn people, and then it was becoming more and more apparent that people were okay. Like they knew that I didn't deserve this, but they were just like, oh wow, but I just love her, and oh, that's so fucking. It's like knowing, it's like robbing a store. Like robbing a store during a riot or a blackout is wrong, but you see everybody doing it, and you know that probably Jimmy over there is works for the police department or something like that, or a security guard, whatever. But you're just like, well, so many people are doing it, so might as well do it myself. And so you take it upon yourself to do it, but it's wrong. It's that it's wrong, and yet you still do it anyway. That's a lot of people's thinking, and even though it could cause harm, people will try to make excuses like, oh, well, then that person will just get insurance, or oh, there's no harm to this and this, that, here, and the third. But you actually see it and witness this. Like you try to, there are a lot of people that are trying to tell themselves like whatever in order to soothe their faults, but no, this is harmful. This is pain. This is a complete and total disadvantage, and it's also not just hurting me; it's hurting other people. It really is, and it more than likely is going to hurt yourself, like if it hasn't already. But I've already seen it hurt so many people world fucking wide, and it's only going to get worse. It's just that it hasn't been televised. Not everything is going to be fucking televised or told through media about like what's going on in the background.
Oh, swear to God.
Like you guys already know that there have been laws and whatnot proved in the background.
Okay, this came out on the other line. Somebody is getting readings on you or trying to keep up with you, trying to figure out like what you got going on or something like that, or watching readings on you or something like.
I'm so thankful for anybody who's actually spoken up, because
Someone's trying to determine why y'all fell out. Maybe you didn't give this person an explanation or anything like that. You just kind of walk away from this person. Somebody's trying to figure out what's going on, what happened, or how to bring more hope into this connection, or something like that. Why do you get tarot readings on? Because when I clarify, that's what happens when I clarify the magician, the star reverse, and someone is getting tarot readings on you. I told you some ghosting going on, bro. The ghosting card is here.
I'm gonna go see.
Someone's trying to block your abundance too. What kind of bullshit is that? I kind of got that energy with the star reverse. I feel like somebody's trying to knock you off your pedestal or something like that. Like, I don't know. I don't know who this person is, but this is definitely somebody you feel like you cannot trust. And also, for some of you guys, this is definitely somebody that you used to do some kinky shit with, okay? They getting cracking in the front seat. So, I don't know, maybe you had car sex with this person, or maybe they always pulled up on you, or y'all used to do y'all do, or what the case may be. But I definitely feel like this is definitely somebody that was always in and out and stuff like that. There's always some type of issues between y'all two, but I feel like you finally cut this person off. You finally ended out the cycle with this person, and now this person has an attitude. And now they give readings on you to try to stalk you or some bullshit. Like, this is this is why I don't get on here and do readings every day. Because I feel like some fucking message be repetitive. The energy be repetitive. Like, bruh, like. Nobody want to hear about this shit. Yeah, somebody for sure trying to throw somebody off the pedestal or Empress reverse. Like, that shit ridiculous, bro. This tower, somebody's trying to cause a tower. Like, all because you wouldn't invest in this connection with them no more, you were done dealing with this person. Like, somebody is petty. This is some petty ass energy. Someone's a petty king, petty queen. Yeah, Emperor reverse. Someone always has to be in control. Somebody always has to try to manipulate. Somebody always got to be one up. Like, this shit is ridiculous. My nose keeps itching too. Like, that's weird. Emperor reverse again.
Okay, so I don't want to like force. Oops. All right. So I want to just show you.
They're mad. They're so mad. They're so mad. They're so mad that you don't look over someone. They're so mad that you introduce our woman. They're so mad. They got attitude.
So thankful. I'm just gonna turn this down and move this to the side. Hold on. So I'm just turning down the volume and just gonna move this live to the side. All right. So here's my Facebook. Obviously, I had to just sign into it. So actually, I can just go onto Messenger. And here's a situation where I speak to one of the people regarding the bullshit. Because I had put it down on Facebook. I was just like, yo, if anybody knows about the surveillance camera, obviously people know, but they didn't want to say anything. And I had put down an article about the backstabbing person who called themselves a friend. And somebody was nice enough to actually speak up, but they only wanted to speak up about this. And I was just like, oh, okay, well, I appreciate it. And also in my my Facebook feed, throughout the years, her friend, I was posting things in relation to like my relationship, and also I would say like quotes from like movie lines that I actually liked, and her friend thought I was referring to their affair, their cheating. And I was just like, no, it went over my head because, and that's another thing that people were like really betting on is like my naivete, my innocence. So they were just like, oh, like, she'll never find out. Or, that's how it went for like years. And I never put two and two together until I came up to, until all this shit revealed. But this one person who's close to her had approached, had contacted me and was telling me like, "Hey, I was reading your article. Wow, sorry you had to deal with all that craziness. That's deep." What caught me was the part with Oprah shaking my head. I remember her asking me, "What should she do?" As a friend, I encourage her. People are people. Shaking my head. I hope all is well. I'll keep you in my prayers. Enjoy the rest of your day. I was just like, thank you. But that was the other girl's name, Oprah, and that's just so fucking crazy, bro. I just, what was really fucked up is that he had got me a ring, even though like these people were saying like, they years later these people were saying like, oh, like they're married and I'm supposed to be the homework. No, he had got me. I was dating him first. He had got me a ring, but he had cheated, and I put this down on Facebook, and I'm gonna do this all when I do the video. But he had cheated, and I was just like, this was my first serious relationship, but I wasn't like in love. You feel me? Like, of course, I had my heartbreak. As you know, people have like, with puppy love and stuff like that. Because I haven't had a boyfriend. I had one boyfriend my entire life during my grade school time. And that was honestly, that was in elementary school. Since then, I didn't have like, an actual boyfriend. There was a guy who I always had a crush on, and that like we dated, but we didn't call each other boyfriend and girlfriend. This was somebody who like I had a relationship with. My point is just that I wasn't in love. I wasn't in love with anybody. So when people were trying to take like are taken aback, like, oh my god, like how can you move on? Well, I wasn't in love with you. I had love for you, or like I loved you, but I wasn't in love with you. And by the time that you had gave me the ring, you had cheated on me. You cheated on me and you had got caught. But I didn't know that one of those people was with her, somebody who I grew up with and knew since the great like elementary school. So what I did was that I told him like, hey, like let's go to the jewelry store and how about you get yourself a ring? I saw the ring, it was a nice ring, but I said, hey, why don't you get a ring for yourself instead? Like, so we switched it out because I was just like, I don't want to wear that ring. But if you want to be serious, then like let's just see how it goes. Let's see how you do. Obviously, even now that he's married, like he cheats on man, let me tell you, bullet dodged, okay? Bullet dodged. So it's just like, bro. All right, I'm gonna go.
It's impossible not to like you. So they love you and they hate that they love you. Maybe because they can't be you. I don't know what it really is, but
It's so funny. All right, I gotta go, guys.
I can't even say the damn word. To be a manipulator, to manipulate individuals, God say. So remember that, okay? Some of you, this could be you, Pisces, or somebody attached to you.
Okay, I'm gonna go because I have to go to the ladies. But I also am just going to just like take it down. But God, for what it's worth, I don't speak for every single group. I'm always talking about like a specific group within a race. For the people who supported me and the people who've actually who genuinely support me. The information I provided for you, I hope that it is useful in your own personal life, but not at the sacrifice of my own well-being and my own health. Duh. Because the things that I have learned now is just like people were really trying to turn me into a martyr, and I was just like, I've told people from the beginning, like I'm not trying to be a martyr or anything like that. It works. Oh, it works for everybody. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like I'm just like I've been feeling alone. Oh man, I don't want to be my feelings. I've been feeling alone like a fucking unicorn, but I'm just like, no, I have to have hope because like I don't believe that I'm the only fucking person who's who can genuinely care about people. Like there are moments where I can actually put myself on the line for other people, but I thought that it was because I felt we all universally had an understanding about. I thought humanity was real and stuff like that. Yeah, you can laugh at me. Okay, I really thought. Oh my god. Oh my god! When I had that fucking realization of how the world is how the world works, it really just that is a conversation for another day. So yeah, just watch yourselves. Yeah, my enemy stuff. My ops need to watch themselves because honestly, we're just gonna be playing this fucking shit by ear. But for people who have been giving warnings to in regards to their own lifestyle and their habits, like you may think that you're in the group chats and you're being safe, but a lot of people are just a number. Obviously, if they're over here trying to if they're over here murdering and threatening and celebrities and people who are wealthy, then yes, they will go after people who are not wealthy and stuff like that. It's just that you guys, it's very, very, very rare for you to end up on the news. You feel me? Like it's insane. There's so many people who are flying monkeys, really banking on their fucking family members. And that's so fucking gross. They're using you and putting you up for GoFundMe's, bitch. But that money that they get from you is not going to be used towards that. When they empty up their bank accounts, they're like a lot of this stuff is going to be pocketed. And they just might put you in a pine box or have you cremated. And that's just so fucking crazy. It's just like it's really insane that people are trying to over here make me a joke or exploit me, and is doing nothing but growing, I wouldn't say totalitarian or making people just like really cold and opportunistic and capitalistic in the wrong ways. I'm a little tired. I'm taking a nap. I'm gonna take a nap and go see my little pets and cuddle them and stuff like that. And I will chat with you guys later. All right.